This 6-story tall structure is not a factory or a workshop. It is actually the engine of the world's largest LNG-based container ship. From the inside, it's so huge that workers can easily walk around inside it. This engine powers a propeller that is as tall as a double-story house. And since this is a container ship engine, it obviously consumes a massive amount of fuel. But how much exactly? It consumes 100,000 liters just to start. Amazingly, its fuel tank is so that it can fit 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And it holds around 20 million liters of liquefied natural gas, LNG. Today, you're about to discover the construction of a mega project that literally pushed the limits of human engineering. Welcome back to Dark Reality. We are living in the 21st century. Yet 90% of global trade is still transported by sea. Whether it's something as small as a needle or as large as a car. To understand the scale. According to flight data, there are about 1,500 to 2,000 airplanes in the sky at any time. But if we look at marine traffic, right now, there are over 38,000 cargo ships traveling across the world. Humans have already built extremely large ships. We can build even bigger ones. But then they wouldn't be able to pass through major canals like the Suez and Panama. So now, the competition is not about building bigger ships. It's about building more fuel-efficient ships. And that's exactly what the French shipping company CMA-CGM aimed to do. They wanted to build the world's largest eco-friendly ship. One that runs not on diesel or heavy fuel oil, but on LNG, liquefied natural gas. This ship is 400 meters long. About the length of 4 football fields lined up. It is 61 meters wide. And taller than the Qutb Minar. Its total weight equals 7 Eiffel Towers. Or 11,500 African elephants, even without containers. It can carry 23,112 containers. If placed in a single line, they would stretch 150 kilometers long. But the real challenge wasn't just building one ship. CMA-CGM had to build 9 ships in just 2 years. For this, a massive shipyard in Hong Kong was selected. Spanning 4 kilometers, resembling a small city. Around 6,000 workers from around the world worked day and night. Each assigned a specific task. Normally, building one ship takes 18 months. So how could 9 ships be built in just 2 years? The answer is simple. Modular construction. The ship was built in sections called blocks. Its foundation consists of steel sheets. 12,660 sheets per ship. These sheets were cut using a laser beam. With a temperature of 18,000 degrees Celsius. 3 times hotter than the surface of the sun. The laser sliced steel like butter. In total, 880 kilometers of steel strips were cut for one ship. These were assembled into blocks, ranging from room-sized units to multi-story structures. Even more impressive, pipes, wiring, and fittings were pre-installed inside these blocks. One rear section of the ship, made from 5 blocks, weighed 790 tons, as heavy as 2 train engines. It required 2 massive cranes just to lift it. Even a 1 mm error could ruin months of work. Once the blocks were in place, an endless welding process began. Incredibly, a single ship required 1,250 kilometers of welding. The distance from Karachi to Lahore. Every weld was carefully inspected. Because the ocean shows no mercy to weak points. Now comes the real masterpiece, the engine. This ship runs on LNG instead of traditional fuels. This reduces 99% sulfur dioxide, 91% air pollution, and 20% carbon emissions. A huge environmental win. But storing LNG is extremely challenging. It must be kept at extremely low temperatures. If it warms up, it turns into gas and expands, which can be dangerous. So the ship required the largest LNG fuel tank ever built, with a volume of 18,000 cubic meters. Again, big enough for 6 Olympic swimming pools. Building it was like creating a giant thermos inside the ship. It took 9 months to build, with multiple insulation layer it from heat. It underwent 15 days of intense sea trials, including speed tests, emergency braking, navigation systems, leak detection, anchor testing, even the anchor chain. A single link weighs 300 kilograms. And the entire chain equals 60 African elephants. After successfully passing all tests, the mission was accomplished. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.